Hello, in this video we are going to learn the venous drainage of heart. Venous drainage of heart. The venous blood from the heart is drained into the right atrium, and the largest vein of the heart is known as the coronary sinus. Coronary sinus. And the coronary sinus, I told you, it is the largest vein of the heart. It is present in the posterior atrioventricular sulcus. It's also known as the coronary sulcus. So here in this diagram, here we can see, so this is the schematic diagram of the heart, and I already uploaded a video showing how to draw the schematic diagram of the heart. If you did not watch the video, please go and watch the video. It is available in my channel. So here you can see the right atrium, and here we have the right ventricle. This is the left ventricle, and here this is the anterior atrioventricular sulcus, and this is the posterior atrioventricular sulcus. It's also known as the coronary sulcus. Coronary sulcus. And the coronary sinus is the largest vein of the heart, which is present in the coronary sulcus. Coronary sulcus. Let us draw this one. So here we have the vein like this. So this is the coronary sinus. Coronary sinus. What are the tributaries of this coronary sinus? Tributaries. Veins have tributaries, means draining channels. Very easy to remember. Let us see one by one. Okay, the first one is there called great cardiac vein. Great cardiac vein. Then comes the small cardiac vein. Then we have the middle, third one, middle cardiac vein. Then there is a posterior vein of left ventricle. Then there is the oblique vein of left atrium, and the last one is sixth one is right marginal vein, and the last one is left marginal vein. So these are the tributaries of coronary sinus. Let us see one by one. The first one is the great cardiac vein. Where you can see the great cardiac vein? See, simple. See here, this is the anterior interventricular sulcus. This is the anterior interventricular sulcus. Okay, so in the anterior interventricular sulcus we have the anterior descending artery, or the left descending artery, or the anterior interventricular artery. Anterior interventricular artery. So here, here we have the apex of the heart. Okay, what happens actually, from the apex there arises a small venous channel. Small venous channel. From here, a venous channel is going like this. It accompanies the anterior interventricular artery, then accompanies the circumflex artery, left circumflex artery, and finally joins the left end of the coronary sinus. Left end of the coronary sinus. The whole is the great cardiac vein. Okay, great cardiac vein. The same way we have the small cardiac vein. Small cardiac vein, actually it is present over here. This is the posterior atrioventricular sulcus. That is the vein of the right ventricle. Okay, from here, small cardiac vein. So there is an artery that's called artery of the right ventricle. So from here there arises a small vein. It opens, it starts from here and opens into the right end of the coronary sinus. Okay, then we have already, there is on the blood supply of the coronary circulation, we have seen that there is another artery called marginal artery, right marginal artery. Okay, so from here there is another vein arises it goes like this. So this is the right marginal vein, right marginal vein. So the right marginal vein here, and this is the small cardiac vein, small cardiac vein. That means this right marginal vein accommodates the right marginal artery and opens into this, joins with the small cardiac vein, which finally opens into the right end of the coronary sulcus. This is coronary sulcus, right end of the coronary sulcus. Then again, here this is the posterior interventricular sulcus. Here we have the posterior interventricular artery. Okay, so here there is a vein that is the lies in the posterior interventricular sulcus, that is known as the middle cardiac vein. From here there is a vein that is known as the middle cardiac vein, middle cardiac vein. So here we have the middle cardiac vein. It runs, or it accompanies the posterior interventricular artery, posterior interventricular artery that opens into or joins with the coronary sinus towards the termination or near its termination or at the right end, towards the right end. So this is, what is this one? This is the middle cardiac vein, middle cardiac vein. Okay, middle cardiac vein. Okay, now there is one more vein. So we have the great cardiac vein, we have seen the small cardiac vein, then I told you about the right marginal vein. Then coming to left marginal vein. So here we have the left marginal artery. Okay, so here left marginal artery was there, it opens in it's a branch of the circumflex artery. Okay, so here we have the vein that is the left marginal vein. He have the left marginal vein, left marginal vein. So this is the left marginal vein. Okay, this left marginal vein, and it opens into, it drains into the left end of the coronary sulcus, left end of the coronary sulcus. Okay, then so we have the left one. Then next one is the oblique vein of the left atrium. So here posteriorly we have the left atrium. From here there is a small vein that drains the left atrium. So this is the oblique vein of the left atrium. This is oblique vein of left atrium, oblique vein of left atrium, oblique vein of left atrium. Okay, then and the last one is, there is one more thing, posterior vein of the left ventricle. So here we have the left ventricle. So there is another vein arises which from the diaphragmatic surface of the left ventricle, diaphragmatic surface of the left ventricle, and opens into the left end of the coronary sinus, left to the middle cardiac vein, left to the middle cardiac vein. Okay, so these are the venous channels or the venous or the tributaries of the coronary sulcus. Now let us draw the venous drainage of the heart alone, without the background of the heart. Okay, see here, very easy. Okay, see here, so here we have the coronary sulcus. Okay, so here, from here we have, what structure is this? We have the great cardiac vein. So this is the great cardiac vein, and so here we have the small cardiac vein. We have the small cardiac vein, and this is the right marginal vein, right marginal vein. Okay, then in the middle portion we have the middle cardiac vein. So here we have the middle cardiac vein. See, this is the middle cardiac vein. Okay, now so here we have the, which vein is there? Left marginal vein. This is the left marginal vein. Okay, and from here which vein is there? That is the oblique vein of left atrium. Okay, then there is one more vein, that is the posterior vein of left ventricle. So here we have the posterior vein of left ventricle, posterior vein of, this is the posterior vein of left ventricle. Okay, so this is the diagram of coronary sinus. Hope you understood. If you found the video useful, please like, share and subscribe, and share it to your friends also. Thank you.